Hey everyone, welcome to Starting Out Solitary. I'm your sub-host for today, Michelle, and this week's topic is relationships while being pagan. Well, for me, in my opinion, it's hard because I'm in a relationship with a non-pagan, and it's really quite difficult, to say the least. He doesn't understand certain things about, like my daily practice and why sometimes I need, quiet, or sometimes I need privacy, or, sometimes I just need, a chunk of time for something, or, whatever. Not to mention we both share different views on things, and our beliefs are a little conflicting. So that sometimes leads to, some debate. But I would say if I was single and, looking to date or looking for, a relationship while being single, it's probably something I would disclose early on in the relationship. That way, they know where I'm coming from, and, they will understand me more, and maybe understand, like, my daily practices, or how I'm thinking, or what I, need time for, whatever. It's probably something I would disclose early on, because, to me, it's important, especially if it affects your daily life. Like, some people's religions or spiritual practices, I guess, don't necessarily reflect their everyday life. Like most, and this is just my opinion, most Christian people, they don't have to, like, explicitly disclose, like, oh, just so you know, I'm Christian, I don't know if that'll bother you or not, but, being pagan, I think is important to, to tell your prospective partner that, hey, these are my beliefs, and, this is who I am, and this is what I do, and that way they can determine if that's something that they're comfortable with, or, something they jive with, or, whatever. Personally, if I was single, I would probably be looking for someone with somewhat similar beliefs as me, or something, that we can relate to on the spiritual level. It doesn't have to be exact, or, whatever, but I know it doesn't always happen that way. Love happens on a whim sometimes, and, it can happen between two people that are completely opposite. So, that's why, in my opinion, it's probably something I would disclose, maybe the second or third date, hey, maybe just bring it up in conversation, what do you think of this? Oh, that's, well, just so you know, this is, what I do, or this is what I believe, and how do you feel about that? Is this something that's going to bother you? Vice versa. But, in my relationship, spirituality and religion has always been a debate between me and my husband, because he was brought up Christian, went to Christian school his whole life, and I was brought up atheist, and, was told there's no such thing. That was my, upbringing. So, early on in our relationship, we met in high school. Or, not in he was in a different school, but we met in our teens, and, that was something we never agreed on. I always, said, I'm atheist, and he always stood behind the, Christian thing. And even at our wedding, I had, when we were planning our wedding, we were planning a regular, normal wedding, and we finally decided, halfway through, that this is too much planning, this is just too much for all these other people, this is supposed to be for us, so we decided to go to Vegas. Well, we went to Vegas, and I planned everything in advance, and specifically requested that it be non-denominational, that it be not religious whatsoever, that it just be a civil ceremony. This was a specific request I gave them. Okay, fine. We get there, and, we were able to take separate cars. I didn't want him to see me that day. You know, I wanted it to be, you know, a little bit traditional. So, you know, he rode with my friend, and I took the limo with the rest of the people that we were going with, and he arrived first. Well, since he arrived first, they were asking him questions, and, you know, the officiant confirmed with him, so this is going to be just a civil ceremony, just a non-denominational ceremony, and he, at the last minute, without telling me, without asking me, nothing, he just went ahead and told him, no, it should be a Christian wedding. So, of course, when, you know, we're standing up there and he starts reading these things, repeat after me and all this stuff, and I'm like, I'm looking at him like, you've got to be fucking kidding me? You know, I'm like, really? Oh, I love you, honey, this is lovely. So he, you know, he switched it up on me in the last minute, and that's not what I had planned for. So, you know, we've always had differing views and differing beliefs, but we've made it work so far, and over the last, I'd say, 5 or 6 years or so, he's actually opened up and expanded his mind and expanded his beliefs, instead of just sticking with the core, you know, Christian beliefs he was taught. He's actually gone outside the box a lot, which is great, and explored a lot of other different, you know, avenues of belief. And so that's led to some interesting discussions that we've had, although he doesn't, you know, he understands where I'm coming from as far as my pantheist beliefs, but it's not really something that resonates with him. So, you know, we're different, but like I said, if I was single, I would probably, if I was like actively looking, I would probably look for somebody with similar beliefs as me, or, you know, that was cool with, you know, my beliefs, my spirituality, my practices, and yeah, I know that, like I said, that can be difficult, but that's my take on relationships. They can be difficult, but, you know, two people with completely different beliefs can make it work if they really want to, because there's more to us than just this, than just our spirituality. It's a huge part, but there's more to us than that. There's way more facets to a person than just their spirituality, so it can work. You know, it worked. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Actually, no, most pagans I know are not with another pagan. I think I know the one lady at my witchy shop. She's of course married to. They're Wiccan, so her and her husband are both Wiccan, and I think that's the only couple I know that are like that share the exact same beliefs. So. But anyways, I hope you guys are having a great week, and as always, blessed be. Bye-bye.